Doing Time with Deputy Mike.
Hi, welcome back to Doing Time with Deputy Mike. I'm your host, Mike, and today we're going to be talking about Dental Health Day here at TCTC. So without further ado, we're going to meet our guests. Start with Mrs. Woods.
Hi, thank you for having us again. So we held our third annual Dental Health Day, and any TCTC student could sign up. And we had Dr. Benton and two of his hygienists and one of his assistants that volunteered their time. They come in, and the hygienist will clean their teeth, and he will do the examination. The seniors will get to take x-rays on a live patient because they've been taking x-rays on a mannequin. And the juniors will help assist. They will also be in charge of the infection control, and they also will help run the front desk. Callie Matlis was one of our girls that ran the front desk. She'd make sure all the paperwork was ready, and then the juniors would take the patient back and get them ready for the next procedure. So it was a great opportunity for my students to get hands-on training on a real patient.
Nice.
My name is Olivia Vasey. It's my second time doing the TCTC Dental Day. I feel like I definitely learn like 100% hands-on. I can't learn from reading a book, so doing x-rays on a real patient was very, very helpful. And I think it was really nice that it's really nice that we do that because it helps with kids in the school that don't have good dental insurance or anything. They get x-rays. Everything's free when we do TCTC Dental Day. So, yeah.
My name is Cameron Moore, and I actually did not do it this year, but I ended up doing it last year. And I thought it was a great experience because not only did I kind of jumped back and forth. I was, for the first beginning part of it, I was helping out with greeting people and doing front desk, just kind of getting that experience in between both of those. And then towards the end, I jumped in and assisted, and I thought it was a great experience. I kind of got better experience with suctioning and just helping out. And yeah.
My name is Sarah Witherow. This is my second year doing it, and I think it's a great experience because we get to help patients who don't have access to getting dental care at any other place.
Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming back on the show. And let's move on to interrogation time.
Interrogation time.
Well, I actually got to be one of the patients.
Yeah, thank you.
Which was really fun.
Yeah, so tell us about your experience.
It was like being at the dentist. I came in, and Olivia,
I took the x-rays.
X-rays. Yep. And then went right into the teeth cleaning and everything. I don't have any cavities. I do, however, got to keep an eye. I have the old silver fillings.
Amalgam filling.
Yeah, and they're starting to give way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have those eventually fixed. But no cavities.
Awesome.
I haven't
The No Cavities Club.
I haven't had any cavities actually since I was 9 or 10.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I did all my sweets, I guess, then.
Right.
If you want to believe that.
Mm-hmm. He was eating a cookie at lunch 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Normally, cleaning 2 bite wings and a pano is going to cost about $300. We took a pano on almost everybody, I believe, right? 2 bite wings and a cleaning, and so we're able to print the x-rays out, and the students can take the x-rays with them, and they can go and visit their dentist, so they don't have to pay. I believe a pano's around $150. It depends on which office. Everybody has different prices.
Yep, I got my sheet of my x-rays and a sheet of everything that I went through at the
Yeah, so after the doctor does the exam, or the hygienist cleans their teeth, the doctor does the exam. my students will take care of the chart, print out the x-rays, and then give the student or yourself a sheet, like a treatment sheet. Okay, this is what the doctor found after he did his examination. This is what you need to come back for, and this is what we did.
Right. And I even got treated, a fluoride treatment.
Fluoride,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Varnish fluoride.
Yes, because I found out I do have a sensitive tooth back here
Mm-hmm.
because I guess I'm,
Oh yeah, you were flinching when they were touching it.
yeah, I'm like a heavy
Brusher?
brusher.
Yeah.
So do you know what will help with that?
Soft.
Put your, soft brush,
Yeah,
bristle brush.
They changed my brush.
And use your non-dominant hand. Then you won't scrub so
Scrub as
hard.
hard.
Yeah, you won't be brushing as hard. But if you use your non-dominant hand, that will help you because you won't brush as hard.
That'll be weird. I'll have to try
That
that.
would
Try that
be
tonight.
fun.
Let us
Yeah,
know.
I'll have to try that.
He's not even gonna know how to hold the toothbrush.
I'll have toothpaste and everything flying all over my bathroom.
Sarah, you took some really good X-rays.
Yeah,
Were you able to get bite wings on everybody?
I was.
Mm-hmm.
Except sometimes it's hard to get the sensor to stay in there.
Yes,
is.
a little bulky.
Yeah, it would pop out
Mm-hmm.
when I would go to take it out of their mouth.
Okay.
The sensor is bulky.
Yes.
It was weird how, having to position it and
Mm-hmm.
as you were trying to work your way around
Yeah.
my mouth.
Yeah, it was. The Nomad though, it's way nicer because you don't have to like have the big tube, like the X-ray tube head with like the arm and everything. It's not like being twisted around you. It's just a little device.
Explain what
So-
the Nomad is.
It's like it looks like a gun. I don't think
I always say it's
that.
something from Star Wars.
Yeah,
Looks
it
like
looks
something
like-
from Star Wars.
It's like, and you just you put it. There's a thing called a PID, and it's like a circle, and it's like exactly what you're getting an X-ray of on the inside of that. So you just put it up to it, and they align perfectly, and you press a button, and the X-ray goes straight to the computer.
So it's an X-ray
So-
gun instead of having the overhead X-ray.
Right.
That's what you
Mhm.
guys were using, right?
And
Yes.
We,
So I remember,
have
like,
one of them.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're the first school in.
I don't know our area that has that.
Yeah.
Yes.
that's
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it is very nice when you don't have to like pull the X-ray arm out because
Mhm.
sometimes it bunches up. You just aim and shoot.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
it goes straight to the
remember. I
computer.
remember you like clicking.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't see
And then
because
it
I was
beeps.
Yeah.
staring straight ahead, not trying to move.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's
We're
like
very
you're-
lucky to
It's
have
like
it.
you're clocking teeth.
Yeah, and that's like the only one that I practiced on.
Yes. Yeah.
Was
there.
my mouth?
Well, you were the second person that I ever took
was the
X-rays on,
okay.
other than the Dexter,
Yeah.
and that's like the Nomad is the only thing I know how to take X-rays on because it was in the room that we were practicing in, so I never practiced on the actual X-ray.
But this tool's going to be pretty much the tool of the future, correct?
Probably, yeah.
Mhm.
It
Oh,
already
yeah.
mostly is,
All right.
right?
Yeah, 'cause you can take it to any room. You don't have to because the other ones are
So bulky and
stationary. They're
stationary.
right overhead,
Yeah.
and you have to close it up. And a lot of times when you're opening and closing that arm of the
It's twisted
X-ray,
up.
yeah, it over time it wears out and it starts drifting. And we want a good diagnostic quality X-ray, so you don't have to take it again. And this, as long as you don't drop it,
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, fingers crossed nobody's dropped it.
Well, now that you said that, I was thinking my last dentist thing. I actually was like had my X-rays and then moved to a different chair.
Yeah,
Yes.
some of
Like
my
I was
practices
at a
too.
different spot. And they did my X-rays and then I moved over to the room where the dentist.
Right.
was.
Some offices may have an X-ray room, but now with all the technology and everything, they've really got the primary beam down to the size of the actual sensor, so there's no really scatter radiation. And
Yeah.
some studies show that you don't even need a lead apron anymore.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was interesting.
Yeah, it was a fun day. Kids don't get to get out of academics, and we get to stay in lab all day, and literally like a real dental office.
Yeah,
Well,
we got
unfortunately,
pizza.
we were supposed to do this program before,
Mm-hmm.
so we could try to get more people to come.
Yeah.
But we've been having problems with the TriGaster and everything, and it just didn't work out, unfortunately.
Well, we end up seeing 10 patients, so that's pretty good.
Yeah. And then we got done early. We got pizza. We got done early, so the dentist told us about his schooling and really.
The dentist was
everything
very
how
nice, and so was
he
his
was.
staff.
Oh, yeah, his
Oh yeah,
staff
they
was
were all
great.
young.
Yeah.
The one was
Mhm.
really funny.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe we have, here we go, pictures. Oops. If you guys want to tell us about the pictures. Well,
Well,
except
yeah,
for
that's
me
you.
looking like that's gas or something.
I
Go
think
ahead.
I was in the middle of going to show the dentist my x-rays, and then we turned around and
Yeah,
everyone
there's
was
Dr.
standing
Ben.
there, so we just got a picture. I think that
Mhm.
was the first one. And the second one, I wasn't there for that one.
So was like, I don't even like know the juniors' name, but Natalie and
Lola.
Lola,
Lola.
I'm pretty
Mhm,
sure.
mhm.
Were they just assisting, or what were they doing?
They were
were
assisting. Yeah.
They were assisting.
They were
Yeah.
just taking turns.
Mm-hmm.
It looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to tell us about this one?
I think her name is what, Rachel?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's Rachel.
She was super nice. She was telling us about her hygiene, how hygiene school was. She said it's super stressful, but
Yeah, it's a
She said
great
it's
way,
worth it.
yeah, for the hygienist to talk to the assistants and
Yep.
give them a little insight on YSU. I believe she went to YSU,
yeah.
and kind of prepare them. If they have any questions, they can ask them.
Hmm.
Yeah, about their time at YSU, the dental clinic. And I believe that's a junior. That's another junior.
Oh, yeah, what's
That's
her name?
Laylee. She
Laylee.
is doing when the instruments are done. When they're done, they come to this area. It is the dirty area where they take the instruments and they put them in the ultrasonic, and then they rinse them and dry them, and then they bag them. And then on the other side of Laylee to the right would be the sterilizer.
Mhm.
What's the round thing on the tray? With
That's what goes on your.
The-
That's what was on your cheek where you like aligned the X-ray. that
It's a
you
it's
had.
called a
Okay.
RIN.
Yes.
It lines up.
That's part of the gun thing.
Yep.
It lines up the primary X-ray beam.
Okay.
It lines it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
It's
cool.
called
This
position
helps-
indicator device.
Helps with more like accurate X-rays.
Hmm.
The right area.
And we had a little
yes.
patience.
She's so sweet. Isn't her name Penny?
Penny.
Yeah,
yes.
that's
So sweet.
that guy's daughter. I don't know. I see her every morning.
Yep. And then she was when she was
Mr. K.
waiting, she was getting impatient, so I gave her like a laminated piece of paper with a tooth on it, and she like drew on it
Yes.
and brushed it off, and then she went to our what are they called, the stationary mannequins?
Oh yeah, our dental simulators.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she went to that, and I turned it on, and she was squirting the water and suctioning, and her dad was just chasing her, really.
So we are the first school in the United States to get the dental simulators. Most dental simulators have to be plumbed and the water run, and we have compressors and vacuum for the suctions and our handpieces. This is all confined in one area. There's a little box with the compressor and the handpiece to run. So basically we just plug it in, and it's a head and shoulder mannequin. It's a great teaching model. Like Case Western has them, but they're actually plumbed in. And
That's those big, like half
Yep.
that I see in the chairs.
It's a
up
teaching
there.
model. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are kind of cool, and you can move the
Yeah.
mouse around
They
just
have-
like a real mouse.
Yeah, they have suction, and they have the lights, and they also have where we can attach the high speed and the slow speed. And so the students, my juniors were working on them today. We were practicing with our dental instruments, so they've actually been practicing their FDA skills. So it's a great teaching tool for them.
No, explain those skills to us.
So I'll let the girls explain FDA.
EFTA is it's expanded functions, so it's almost like a halfway hygienist, halfway dentist in a way. Like they can do cleanings. I'm pretty sure they could do
Coronal
not full clean-
polishing.
Coronal polishing,
Mhm.
and
they
then
do most of like the restorative
Yes. Mm-hmm.
kind of procedures.
So the dentist will prep the tooth, and the FDA assistant will come in and place the amalgam or composite filling.
so it's pretty much everything except for like that a dentist could do, except for drilling the tooth and like
Mhm.
cleaning it out.
Yep.
We just fill it. Well, they'd fill it.
Did anybody get drilled? Did anybody get fillings?
No,
or
we
anything?
don't do fillings, just
You don't
cleanings.
do the fillings?
I mean, we could, but we would need more time. Mhm.
That would be kind of cool.
Yes, yes. So if we had more time, we could do that.
I cringe when I hear that high pitch.
Oh yeah.
There aren't too many people that like that sound.
No, no.
You'd be surprised the maybe visitors or other students that walk into our lab and they're like, "This smells like a dental office."
Yeah.
We're like, "It is a
Surprise.
dental."
Well, that's a good thing. That's what yeah.
Right.
You know, I was just thinking next year, have you come on. It'd be nice to get some pictures of the lab and of everything
Mm-hmm.
because it
Definitely.
really is impressive. I've never really paid attention, like coming in and out,
Mm-hmm.
until I was laying in the chair. And like Well, I mean, when you're really looking at the chairs and everything set up around them and everything.
Yeah, we have 3 full treatment rooms.
Treatment rooms, yeah.
3 full treatment rooms, and now in those treatment rooms, the girls would attach the mannequin heads to like the headrest, and then that's how they work on the mannequin. But we also have we added 2 more of the simulators, the dental simulators, because it's hard for 25 kids to be practicing only in 3 rooms. So now we've added 2 more, which is 5 rooms. Basically, the students can practice.
Sounds like you've outgrown your room.
We have, yes, and hopefully we'll get some more dental simulators
That'd
for
be
next
cool.
year, like at least 2 or 3 more. So when we all go to lab, everybody's in lab instead of just 6 people or whatnot.
Our school needs to do a lot of expanding.
Yes, yes,
Isn't that crazy to say?
yes.
I mean, I know a lot of labs really like need to grow bigger because of everything that's changed and
Yes.
everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Coming here from like a small school, like Gerard's not that small, but it's not big. So coming here from like Gerard, it looks huge, and then come like towards the end of senior year, everything feels so crammed together, like in the labs especially. But it's really big. It's just small for how much stuff is going on here.
Mhm.
Right.
Do you guys want to talk about the beginning of your senior year, X-rays, and what all that entailed?
I personally liked X-rays. It was definitely my favorite lesson. It just gave me something to do, and it's kind of cool to see how like the mannequin and the typodonts in the mannequin actually look like real teeth, considering that obviously they're not really real. And it was just like fun to like line it up, and then I thought of it as like a guessing game. Like, am I gonna get it right this time or not? So
Because you can't see it. That's how the
Right.
doctors see inside a tooth. So if you
Right.
can't get a picture of an X-ray of a tooth, you can't really see what's wrong with it.
Right.
It's called radiolucent and radiopaque. It'll show the dark areas, which are usually like more like an air pocket, but it's going to show abscess and it's going to show decay. And the radiopaque is more of the bone, and it's going to show more of the bone, the tooth.
Olivia, I think you did a very nice job on my X-rays.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I don't know how to read X-rays,
Yeah,
but
I had to redo the one because for some reason the premolar was like overlapping the first time I took it, so I had to redo it. But
they looked good.
yeah, thanks.
I enjoyed looking at my pictures.
Did you
Sarah-
end up getting a pano? A pano, like the one that goes around your head. Did you end up getting that one, or was it down?
We were having
I
problems
think
with the pano machine.
Just
Yeah.
like the first little bit.
I got about 4 or 5 panos.
Yeah.
But when Kylie did take the panos, they came
They
out
were
really
great.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, got
I saw
one.
Sarah's X-rays. They came out beautiful.
I should have
Yeah.
brought mine. I have
Yeah.
a pano. in
Oh,
my
yeah.
bag. Should have brought
Yeah,
it.
they came out beautiful. I mean, so tell us what a pano shows, Sarah.
So a pano will show all the way around your arches. So it'll show your wisdom teeth and anything that's, if you have decay, all of it.
Our pano machine can take bite wings as well as a regular pano. You can see if you have a supernumerary tooth, which would be an extra tooth. Some people have extra teeth.
We did have a kid that had an extra tooth.
Yes,
But we
did.
couldn't get a pano on him, so we couldn't
Yeah.
like.
I mean,
fully
like,
tell, but
you have the wisdoms that,
It's just
I
like-
didn't have room for mine, so they had to come out.
Right.
But there's like another tooth back in there?
Anywhere in the mouth. There could be
So-
like a
I
tooth
think
laying
his was-
laterally.
His was like in between his
I think it was
premolar and
between 7 and 8.
yeah. Oh,
It was
it?
between 7 and 8, yes. He had an extra tooth, and that's the only way you can see if a patient has an extra tooth is with a pano or in occlusal film.
Do it next year too. Bring like some pictures in of
Yeah.
some mouths or whatever.
What was yeah, we could have brought some in.
yeah,
too.
so we could show them up here and we could.
We could explain what they are.
Yeah, and,
That's a
and,
great
I have
idea.
and
mine.
like with 7, 8, and you could explain like all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
could
that'd be
try,
great.
but it's kind of hard.
It is
I
kind
mean,
of hard to explain it.
without seeing like a
A
mouth
picture.
up there.
Yeah. And you can see if they're impacted or if they're fully erupted.
So, all right. So, say you did that. I still got. I think when they took mine out, it feels like I got like holes back there on my jaw. So you'd be able to see that, like where my old ones were.
Your old,
Well, your bone
My-
has probably grown back in that area. Now, if they
Your
were
old wisdom teeth?
extracted fairly recent, you're going to kind of see the outline of the socket. But if it had been a while, usually the bone it'll
Does it
grow
grow
back.
back?
Yeah, so
But I
you
still
can see
feel
it.
like I got like, I don't know, like dents back there.
Well, it feels like a dent because there's nothing there anymore. Mm-hmm.
I gotta watch eating potato chips. So once in a
We'll
while,
get
it's
stuck.
like,
Oh, it gets stuck
"Bam,
in the
that
back."
hurts."
Yeah.
Oh,
or
yeah.
popcorn.
And really, wisdom teeth you don't need them because they're clear in the back of your mouth. They're hard to keep clean, and you really can't floss back there. It's hard to brush.
Mhm.
So a lot of times they'll get cavities in them. So that's why they extract them.
What was the purpose of them back? I mean, we have all kinds of parts that we don't use anymore, but
There's no purpose. They just grow in.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
Was-
don't get wisdom
was it
teeth
like
at
the
all.
way they
I
ate,
won't.
like maybe meat and stuff? They needed them.
No,
or-
back in the day they called wisdom teeth. They thought if you had they called them wisdom teeth. They thought if you had a third molar, then you were smart. Like they had wisdom teeth. That's why they called them wisdom teeth. But they're really your third molars.
Sometimes you just don't have room for
Right.
them to grow in. If you have a little bit of room, they'll squeeze their way in, which is
Right.
why you need them removed.
Mhm.
But
And you can see on the X-ray if they're coming straight up, or if they're like mesally or distally.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
my bottom two go in, and then my top two go out. So
I'll
I'm
never
sure
get
the
wisdom
bottom
teeth. I won't
your
have
tiny
enough.
mouth.
Yeah,
What, you
and
don't
then
have them?
I have baby teeth still. Like my two premolars on this side, like right here, down at the very bottom. There's no like adult tooth underneath to grow in and push them up. So I'll my baby teeth are my adult teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Is that
normal.
is that normal?
Yeah, there's lots of kids that just my daughter didn't have an adult tooth on number 7, so that's normal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can't they're not really messed up. They're just kind of off balanced because my normal teeth are like this, and then I have my baby teeth which are down here still.
And the occlusion is off a little bit.
Yeah, that's why
So
I have
they're
an
smaller
overbite.
than the adult teeth.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's like this. Like my teeth go straight and then down, just where those two teeth are.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that even existed.
Oh, yeah.
I thought everybody shedded their teeth and got new teeth, and that was it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, it's perfectly normal. I usually have 1 or 2 students every class that has they still have a baby tooth because they're adult. Their permanent tooth didn't come in, so they still have their primary tooth.
And there's just no tooth there.
Mhm. That's called mixed dentition when you have primary teeth and permanent teeth together. Yep.
Oh, can you if you took a picture, I guess, of a toddler and stuff, you could see the adult teeth already down there?
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or if it's growing in, you could see the baby tooth underneath the adult tooth. You could see both of them,
Mhm.
or the adult tooth underneath the baby tooth.
Mhm.
But
I knew what you meant.
yeah, same thing, almost.
That's pretty neat. Well,
Mhm.
I'll have to get some pictures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun to show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Oh, you're real quiet. What you got
Yeah.
to say over there? Come on, jump into this conversation.
Sarah's probably the quietest one of the class.
Yeah.
I am.
Now I got you turning red.
Yeah. But dental health day is a good thing for us to do because it allows us to give dental care to those who can't afford it or don't have access to it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's very nice. It is nice.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter even if they have insurance. We don't even ask for that. Just come and get your teeth cleaned, get some X-rays, so you don't have to pay for that, and you can walk away with $300 free.
Well,
And there's some kids that just maybe can't get to the dentist, or don't drive, or it's a great opportunity for them.
what are your plans when you graduate?
So I'm going out to Laurel Technical Institute for cardiovascular technology so that I can later become a cardiac sonographer.
What is it exactly? You'll have to explain it to me.
They'll take pictures of your heart and perform EKGs.
Well, you went from teeth to
Yeah.
you're going right
Heart.
into hearts.
Mm-hmm.
She
Okay.
enjoyed the anatomy part of our lesson
Yeah.
last year.
Well, that's pretty cool, though. I mean, that's where you decided to do all this.
Yeah.
So that is neat.
Yeah, and it's not far from home either. So
Nice.
it's only out in Sharon.
Okay.
Yeah, when we were doing the heart in anatomy, me and Sarah sat at the same table, and she was helping me with the whole chapter because I could not grasp it, but Sarah understands the heart, so she was a lot of help.
So, Cam, what are your big plans? What do you want to do?
I love this topic. So I'm actually going to YSU for early childhood to become a teacher for pre-K to 5th grade, while also doing that during the summers or a normal school year where you have the weekends and the summer hours off. I'm going to work as an orthodontist assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to go away from doing teeth?
I kind of just want to keep my options open. Like I don't want to go away from working on teeth, which is why I'm still like keeping it in mind working in the dental office, but I also want to have more than one option.
So you're going to come back and replace Mrs. Woods when she's ready to retire.
I wouldn't.
Well, they're going to have to need somebody when she says, I'm ready to go.
Teaching and she has her dental assisting.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm joining the Navy. I'm leaving August 5th, and I'm going for aviation electronics. So it's basically like an electrician just on planes.
don't they need teeth work too?
I mean, well, yeah, I was going to originally do medical dental, and I retook my ASVAB, and I got the score for it, and then it was closed. There was already too many people.
Oh, so you.
I just
Had
had
to
to
go to the
pick
next-
second option.
No, is there any way that you could try later somewhere in your career to go back to that
Yeah.
in the Navy?
I'm going to keep up on on everything.
Your
and-
certifications.
Yeah, I'm going to keep up on everything. And
So-
then when I get out, I'll have the electrician, like whatever certifications. I don't even know. I haven't looked into any of that yet. So hopefully I do good in that. But I'm keeping up on all dental, definitely.
All my seniors passed their radiographer's license, so they all have a license to take x-rays, because you cannot work in an office and take x-rays unless you have that license in a dental office. And they all passed, all my seniors, all 14.
Nice. Congratulations, ladies.
Mhm.
For all of you ladies in the back room, congratulations. That's
Are they
awesome.
listening right now?
Oh, yeah, they're listening. Yeah, they can hear us. Yep, they're back there. They're all back there. Well, it's time to move on to my favorite time of the day. You should all remember
I
this.
already know. I've been trying to think of something.
That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. I'm trying to think of something too.
Can I show a video on
That's embarrassing.
A video?
Is it gonna be the one of you falling on ice at work?
Yeah, you can show that video. You got a video to
first?
show?
I do. Yeah, I'm not going first, though. I have to find the video.
All right.
How about you go first?
I don't do that.
You don't do
You
that?
should do that.
No.
Go ahead,
You
Cameron.
I'm the host.
Go ahead, Cameron.
So yesterday I was actually at work. Does it have to be about dental?
No.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
you know, it can be whatever. As long as it's PG in school, shareable.
Okay. So
PG.
yesterday we were actually really busy at work, and I work at Dtwdm hot dog shop. So I was working drive-through cashier, and it was just non-stop orders all day for hours, because it was Sunday and it was like our busiest day. Well, I was like in the middle of taking an order while also cashing somebody else out at the window, and I had a whole line of drinks up on the window for the cars behind them, and I was rushing, and my elbow bumped the cups and knocked them all over on the floor, and I had no time to clean it up until like I got like a small little break to clean it up.
So that was a big mess.
That's not even the worst part. So I had to leave it there, and I was rushing back and forth. I was sliding back and forth
Oh, no.
in like our little corner to cash people out and then handing them their food, and I slipped and fell. Mind the fact that the drive-through window is all open, so every car down the line can see in the window, and I slipped and fell, and
Oh,
all
no.
the customers were laughing at me.
What about, was you all wet too from all that?
Yes.
Those drinks?
Oh,
Yes,
God,
and it was like
sticky.
our cherry
Oh.
drink with Coca-Cola.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's a good drink though.
Yeah.
Cherry
Cherry
Coca.
Coca-Cola.
It's not a good drink to wear.
No.
And yesterday, Sundays are our most busy days. So, mind you, we were short-staffed, most busy day. And the Cammy comes up to me and she goes, I just fell in front of the window and everybody's looking at me. And I was like, oh my God.
And she was soaked.
Yep.
Cherry Coca.
Did you have to wear those clothes all day?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, this girl at the end of the shift, she opened a bag of ketchup to fill up all the bottles. It went all, she goes here, I don't, Destiny spam, but she was bawling her eyes out in the back. She had ketchup from like her chin to her feet. It was so,
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
You guys sound like he was cursed yesterday.
Definitely.
Oh, we were. We definitely were.
So during my junior year, I was part of Flagline. So we were doing our halftime show when I missed every toss that I did.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you were just
So-
picking it up.
Just wasn't having a good day, huh, Sarah?
No. So
Oh.
I kept having to pick my flag back up every toss.
Oh, jeez.
It probably ruined the
Or-
whole sport for me. I would not
Yeah.
be able to go back.
Or it would come back down and hit me.
Oh no.
Ouch.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That would make
Really?
for a rough
That would make
night.
a
Yeah.
bad night.
Rough Friday night.
A
Yep.
couple bruises later.
Hmm. So one of my most, I have a couple of most embarrassing moments when you get to my age. I was at church camp. I was probably 13 years old, and our minister, we were at church camp. It was on Lake Erie, Camp Judson, and we were all running around. I think it was like the Olympics day. We were doing all these Olympics and running around and everything. And he said, our minister said, Terry, his name's Terry. He said, "Joe, come here. What do you got behind your ear?" I'm like, "Nothing's behind my ear." And he felt back there. He's like, "Are you sure nothing's behind your ear?" And I said, "No." He said, "Okay." So I went about, running around. We were playing sports or volleyball or something. And we went to dinner. It was at lunchtime, and we went to dinner. And we're all in this big hall. We're all eating dinner together. And he came up to me. He said, "Joe, what's behind your ear?" And I said, "Nothing." He keeps asking me about what's behind my ear. He goes, "You might want to check." So I got behind my ear, and it was a piece of gum.
Oh.
He stuck a piece of gum behind my ear. He stuck it behind my ear at lunchtime, and I never knew it was there.
That was with you all day long.
Yes. So
Nobody told you.
Nobody. I don't think my hair was up.
The old bubble gum, so it was
yeah,
pink.
the old bubble gum. I don't know. It wasn't pink. It was like white or something.
White?
And how embarrassing! Like everybody knew at camp except for me at church camp.
Wow.
So I got nicknamed Gumby after that.
Gumby. Gumby.
Yeah, that was probably one of my most embarrassing moments. To this day, he still calls me Gumby. Yeah,
Gumby. That's
Gumby.
funny.
Oh, it's funny.
That is funny. That was a good joke. I can't believe no one told you.
I can't believe you didn't feel it.
I didn't. I was.
Oh,
You
good.
know.
Thank
Yeah,
goodness
running
you didn't
around.
stick in your hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's like, well, now we got to cut it out.
You know how like the magician goes behind your ear
Yeah,
and pulls out
yeah.
a coin? No,
That's
I
what-
pulled out gum.
You're sitting there. I'm like, oh, please don't tell me it was a tick.
Yeah, those ticks aren't good.
No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
So did you find your video?
I did. And I
All
really
right.
don't want to show it, but I will.
Show
So-
us this fall.
This is like the 4th time that I slipped on ice, and it was like by the ice machine. It's always wet, and I was going downstairs because we were changing the letters on our board. We were putting like a new quote up on it or something.
This is ice on the floor.
Yes, and mind you, there's the dishwasher is like sitting there, and he's just like waiting for dishes to come back. So he watches this whole thing, and he's sitting there laughing, and I got so mad at him, but can't really see what.
Oh, there you go.
I was so mad after
I
that.
remember you showing me that.
Yeah.
I had an incident just
And
like
my
that.
whole back was like, wasn't
was gonna say,
bruised,
did you get
but
hurt?
yeah, kind of. But it's okay.
That happened to me one time. We were down in Myrtle Beach. My daughter was buying a condo, so we were with the real estate agent, and it was myself and my 4 daughters. And we just got done, and I went to get in the truck. In July, it's hot down there.
Yes.
It's hot and humid. And I had on like a sundress and like white or some kind of sandals. And I opened up my door and I stepped on the running board and I slipped.
Oh.
And I slipped, and I don't know how I did this. I flipped over. I could feel myself falling, so I flipped over and I went face first
Oh.
into the pavement.
Oh.
And my youngest daughter at the time, she was probably, I don't know, 7 or 8, and I'm laying there, and she's panicking. They're all panicking. They thought I was dead or something. After I fell pretty hard, and she goes to open the door, like, I don't remember how it went. She went to open the door, and I went to push myself up, and she hit me with the door. It was like something out of a cartoon.
Dude.
I felt like I was on a comedy movie, and she hits me in the head. And of course, I start laughing, and the girls are laughing, except for my youngest. She's crying. She thought she killed me.
You was in a dress?
I was in a dress. Thank God there was nobody else around. It was kind of in the back on the golf course. Like, how embarrassing. And to this day, my girls still make fun of it. It is funny.
Well, at least you weren't hurt.
No, no. And it
That
was
could've
because
felt good,
here's
though.
what happened. Do you know when you go through the car wash, and they have like for $2 extra you can pay to get the bugs off.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's almost like greasy.
Yeah.
It's like a degreaser or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah.
Well, I paid for that because we drove
through the
down.
car.
We drove to Myrtle Beach, and I had all these bugs on the front of
Oh,
my
you
white
get all
car.
that salt too.
Yeah.
You can't like see out your window.
Yeah, so well, it was during the summer, so I didn't have any salt, but it was bugs, and so I said, yeah, I want to pay the extra dollars, the bug degree, to debug it. And so my running boards were like having hot wax on it. So when I stepped on the running board is when I slipped and I fell. Oh, it was embarrassing.
Oh, my goodness.
And the real estate agent comes over and she's like, "Are you okay?" It was
Okay.
embarrassing.
You should ask for a discount. Well, it's that time to move on to shout outs.
It's shout out time.
Oh, that ended fast. Didn't
It
it?
did end
That was
fast,
quick.
yeah, that was-
That was quick. Didn't give you much time to think about a shout out, right?
Well, you know what? I'd like to shout out to all your students, the girls back there, everybody here, for doing such a great job. Congratulations again. And I'd like to shout out to my seniors back there for doing an outstanding job. And pretty soon I'm going to be losing them, and I'll be sad. So, so congratulations, everybody.
Mhm.
My shout outs.
I would like to shout out my mom because, like, ever since I've enlisted, she's been just buying me, like, all of my TikToks that she sends me, Navy, 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 what to expect, like, nonstop. I think she's more excited and, like, cares more about it than I do, to be honest, because the other day she came into my room with a big box, and it was literally, like, the socks for the buns and hair ties, and, like, it's like these, papers to write letters home, and then they came with envelopes, and they're like military coded envelopes, so she's very obsessed with that at this moment, but she's also like very much supporting
She's proud
me.
of you.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Yes.
I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
I would like to give a shout out to my mother as well, because I probably wouldn't be here. Like, a lot of the decisions that I've made now, my mom was the first person that I asked for help.
You know, true. If it was for your mom, you would not be here.
Well, yeah, that's why I changed it up, technically.
So I would like to shout out my family and my boyfriend because they've been cheering me on since day one
Aw. Yeah.
and keeping me going.
Yes.
Even when I wanted to quit,
Right.
they told me don't and just push through. It'll be worth it in the end.
Good job, Sarah. I'd like to shout out to Deputy Mike for doing such positive things here at TCTC.
Thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. I know my girls always have positive things to say about you, and we need role models like you
Thank you very
as
much.
a sheriff.
That
And
means a lot.
yeah, you mean a lot to us.
Thank
So
you.
we
That
really-
does mean a lot.
We really appreciate you. And I'd also like to have a shout out to my seniors for doing an amazing job. I know it's not easy. I'm always pushing them to do their best. And I always tell them, like, never leave a stone unturned. Even if this isn't your field, you're going to go somewhere and you're going to be a better person because you chose to go to TCTC.
Mhm.
You chose to come out of the box and do something different. And it's not easy taking on a all new dental terminology. That's a lot to encounter. But while some seniors are getting out a half a day or taking study hall or gym, whatever, you guys are taking 3 more academics dental.
Mhm.
So you've broadened your horizons, you've broadened your vocabulary, and try something new. Try something new.
You know, that's actually a very good point because when I was a senior in school, like my whole second half of the day was almost all study halls.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
literally, I
All
went to
physics.
lunch, I had one class, I had wood shop.
Mhm.
After that, I had nothing to do. And it wasn't because I didn't want something to do. They just,
We already did everything.
You took your
Yeah.
core classes.
Yeah.
Well, after our seniors take their core classes, they go back to dental and take 3 more core classes.
yeah. And I would prefer to be busy than having absolutely nothing to
Right.
do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that just makes
And-
your day longer.
Oh, absolutely.
bored.
And I really push these girls. I set the bar high because if you don't, they're not going to do that as a senior. And it really shows what they can do, and they should be proud of themselves, everything they've accomplished. It's not easy, and I know what it's like being a mom. I have 4 daughters myself, and I'm always pushing them to be the best person that you can be.
Listen, anything worthwhile having never comes easy.
Yeah.
Correct.
You have to work for it.
Right.
And if you don't work for it, you're not going to get it.
It's never handed to you.
No.
You got to
I
work
think
for it.
Mrs. Woods definitely deserves a shout out as well because, first of all, everything that we have asked for to get in our dental room, like the pink trays, the stimulators, literally everything from like colors to like brands, we got. And like we didn't even know. They'd just show up one day and she'd be like, "Oh guys, go look in the back." And then also internet sucks in the dental room, and Mrs. Woods gets so frustrated every time. She doesn't even want to hear the word internet anymore. So
I always say this is the most technical school.
oh yeah.
It's my favorite saying.
Oh,
'Cause
well,
the
it's hard when
internet-
we're all trying
yeah.
to log in and like look at x-rays at the beginning of the year. Okay, let's log in and pull up this type of an x-ray and find this error x-ray. And they're like, "Mrs. Wood, it's not loading."
And then
Yeah.
it's not loading for everybody,
Mhm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
just goes downhill.
It's sometimes extremely slow, or you just don't even have a signal. Yes.
I don't have signal in my office. Right
No,
in
I
the-
don't either.
in
And
my dental
what's
office.
bad is when I'm talking to downtown, like I've talked to the sheriff for what major, and they're like, "What'd you say?" I'm like, "Go on, please. I got to run to the door." And literally like almost run outside so they could hear what I'm saying.
Right now, some of my students will be waiting for a call back from like internship, or a couple of my girls. We have our first student, Rain Stewart, working. One of my first students ever working at a orthodontist office. So shout out to her for really going out of the box. Instead of staying in just general dentistry, she wanted to do ortho. And I know she's like, "Mrs. Woods, I can't take this call right now, because we don't have service in there," which is fine with their phones, but it is important when you're waiting on a call back from a
Yeah.
dentist or whatnot.
Yeah.
And she started there about a month ago, and she absolutely loves it.
Good.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a great opportunity. It's very hands-on being an orthodontist assistant.
Mhm. That's what I was gonna
That's what I
do
wanna
if I
do.
didn't.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to end up going into the Navy, I probably would have done orthodontics.
You know, I do have one more shout out. I have to shout out to my mom because my mom was actually here today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're doing. They make cat boxes
Mm-hmm.
for winter boxes over at what's that TNR or whatever that.
Veterinary.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. The veterinary place.
Yeah,
Mm.
so they do that, and so she was like, she texted me, "Can you meet me in the front office?" Like, yeah, I thought something was wrong, like I was in trouble. No,
I should probably do a shout out to my family too, my husband and children and my parents, because I'll come up with all these dental crazy ideas like, okay, let's do our dental pinning ceremony, and I drag them in sometimes to help me decorate, or if I get some new stuff, I'm like, okay, I need one of my own children to come and be
Help
my
you out.
patient. Try this out. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to things to know before we go.
Oh,
Things to know before you go.
Well, myself, I've been working on trying to get shirts. They were supposed to be done a few weeks ago on Tuesday, and then I was told a Friday, and then I was told last Friday,
Uh-oh.
and I still haven't had I have to call them.
We got our
actually.
new shirts in.
Yeah, so well, you guys will all get a shirt.
Awesome.
Yeah, if they're ever made.
are they
Yeah,
the
but-
same ones as last year?
Yes, yeah, they're black and yep, same ones.
Nice.
Well, the thing was, what I was trying to work out with them, I was going to allow them to sell, because a lot of people have asked if they wanted to buy a shirt. So you can go and buy a shirt, but it won't be the black one. So you can even get a hoodie or whatever. I don't know what's going on. So, and the sad thing is, I brought up, the place on my last 2 podcasts. I'm like, yeah, well, here we are.
Right.
Yeah.
No shirts.
No shirts.
No shirts.
No shirts. I'm hoping to have them soon, but I don't know of anything going on right now outside of that. You guys have anything special going on anywhere?
Brush the teeth that you want to keep.
Fresh.
That's all I have to
Yeah,
say.
only brush the teeth you want to keep. And don't forget to floss.
Forget the floss.
And the mouthwash.
All of it.
And the
I hate
chapstick.
flossing.
You have to do it. That's probably why your tooth is sensitive.
No, because I scrubbed that
Interproximal.
one way
He
back
has some
there.
attrition. You have some dentin showing. We are having our dental pinning ceremony next Wednesday. So the students, the seniors, get to invite their family. We meet in McLean Lecture Hall. You should visit us. Come and watch.
All right.
It's at
We
noon.
also have food in our lab after.
It's at noon, and as I pin them, I say a few things about them, about our year, and
Maybe I'll be able to sneak
yeah.
away.
We
I'll
talk
try.
about their year, and then we invite their family to come back up to the dental
That's very
lab.
nice.
And to get to see the lab and talk about what we did, and just kind of because they invite me to their open houses, but it's impossible for me to go. So this is like
Yeah.
my little party for them.
The
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
graduation parties.
It's our little dental pinnings, and they get a little dental pin that says dental assistant. Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You guys got anything? Got anything?
Nope.
Nothing?
Sarah, you don't have anything to say?
All I can really think about is just take care of yourself, because your health.
Yep. Not
Yes.
Siri.
That wasn't even
Not
me.
Really?
You
All
just
right.
Take care of yourself mentally, physically, medically, all of it.
Because you come first over
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So let's move on to goodbyes. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Remember, hit like for me.
And subscribe.
And
Like,
subscribe.
comment,
I love
subscribe.
you. Yeah,
There's
subscribe.
those internet girls.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Until next time, everyone, take care.
This is 22. I'll be on service.
We heard it.